So for all of y'all to get on here talking about I have a shopping addiction, I don't, okay? I have a keeping addiction. So there.
There was a time my house was neat and so was I. I was thinner back then. I would go out with my friends, but somehow that's gone bye-bye. Now I look around, there are piles strewn about. Is this dirty or clean? I'm finding out what it means. This is not just a house, it's a depression nest. I don't know how I got here. Depression nest, I don't know where to start. Depression nest, caving in on me. My life is simply falling apart. Depression nest.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tracy May. Welcome back to Depression Nest. Today, I'm going to do something a little different because on Thursday, we have our first book review of 2025. And so since I won't technically be doing a vlog on Thursday, I thought that today's video could be sort of a combination vlog and cleaning video. So first, I really have been wanting to go to Home Depot to sort of price check some things. I have some things that I need for my DIYs and stuff like that in my Amazon cart. But I want to go to Home Depot to just make sure that I'm getting the best price. So we're going to do that today. And I want to just like look around at some of the molding, stuff like that, because I do want to do a baseboard, add some little to the baseboard. I got to remember who it was. I got to go back through the videos and remember who it was that said, Tracy, don't even try to do this laundry. Just send that out for delivery. If I find who you are, I'm gonna put your name right here. Shout out to you, sis, because I think it was a girl. Shout out to you because you reminded me that I used to get laundry service. Like I used to get delivery and pickup. And I don't know why I stopped. I don't know if I forgot that it's something I used to do. But I used a service called Rinse. Again, not an ad. Nobody has partnered with me. Okay, whatever. It'll happen. I use a service called Rinse, and I had already been a member of Rinse. Not a member, but I had already used their service before. Remember how I made piles, and one pile was like the shirts, one pile was the bottoms? So I sent out all the bottoms. Rinse gives you like very specific bags to use. Like there's a wash and fold bag, a dry clean bag, a hang dry bag, stuff like that. And I could only find the wash and fold bag, and I only had one. So I just was like, okay, which load do I want to put in? And I just decided on the pants first, no rhyme or reason. And so on Friday, I sent off the pants. Saturday afternoon, got clean clothes back without doing anything. I mean, paying, you know what I'm saying? But without doing anything, like instead of just letting it pile up, because I'm not going to do my laundry 15 pieces at a time, I could just send it off. You be thinking, you. Also, shout out to, I'm gonna put it up here this time. Shout out to this person because this person commented under that video and said, go get your stuff out of storage in Atlanta. That day when I read that comment, I was like, okay, let me look around. Somebody had told me about U-Box. I think my girl Latoya down in Atlanta told me about U-Box. Again, not an ad, not sponsored. And it was so much cheaper to move from Atlanta to Chicago. It was like $900. I don't know if you have ever moved cross country before. It's a lot. So I got other quotes, right? I got other quotes. One quote was $3,400. One quote was $1,800. I literally have a 5x10 storage unit in Atlanta. So small. It's like closet size, basically. Like a long hallway closet, basically. $3,400. You act like I'm moving my whole house. Like I'm moving a big ass house. And then when you hire one of those moving companies, they put your stuff on a truck with other people's stuff. It all seems kind of scammy. You have to be very careful. When I moved my stuff from Atlanta to New York, it was the same way, like super expensive. Listen, my realtor and now friend, Calvin, down in Atlanta, when I sold my Atlanta place, I gave him the keys to my storage unit. I was like, hey, one day I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna say, can you go to my storage unit and open it up because there's moving people there and they need to move stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, sure. And that's exactly what I did. I texted him and I was like, hey, what are you doing on which one of these 2 days like works well for you? He was like, this day and this time, and I scheduled the U-Haul U-Box for that day and that time. Literally, he showed up, they showed up, he opened, the unit for them, they packed everything up, he locked up the box, the U-Haul box, he kept the key, because I have a key. I have keys here in Chicago. And then he left and on his way. I sent him money to tip the mover people, and that was it. And now U-Haul is going to take that box and send it up here to Chicago. I didn't even have to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like the getting overwhelmed and thinking about stuff too much, it just makes it seem like it's I be having to make sure that Mr. Warvet ain't in there falling down. Because that was a loud thud. I hope he just dropped something. I be overthinking stuff to the point where I think it's going to be, I put so much weight on it. I be like, oh God, like I don't want to do it. I thought I was going to have to fly to Atlanta. And like, oh, where am I going to stay? Because I don't have a place in Atlanta anymore. So I'm like, okay, now I got to find a place to stay. I stay in a hotel. Like, should I just stay one night? Should I get a rental car while I'm there? Or should I just... It was just too much. So I was just ignoring it. Until I saw that comment, and it kind of like snapped me back out of my just overthinking. And I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And it's crossed off of my bingo card. My bingo card is right there. It's crossed off my bingo card, and I got 2 things on the same line. Your girl, it's January. I'm already halfway to bingo. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, just wanted to fill y'all in on the goings on of my life. We're about to go to Home Depot. I am not gonna bring my camera. I might bring my camera. Okay, come on, y'all, let's go. I forgot about the music in here. Probably won't be able to do much talking because of the music.
I love the Ryobi section. I know a lot of the super skilled woodworkers hate it and say it sucks, but I'm a Ryobi girly. Like, hey Ryobi, call me. Love them down.
Fun fact, I worked at Home Depot for 2 years. And so I pretty much still know the store like the back of my hand.
I went down this aisle to see that pink stuff that the trad wives be cutting on. So they'll put this insulation foam pad on the ground and just use it as like where they cut all of their wood, and it just seems to work so well, so you don't mess up and like cut your floor or your table or anything like that. But I didn't realize it was this expensive. This was like the cheapest one, but it's so thin, you need a thick pad under there so you can make sure that you don't cut anything that's underneath it, And this is the insulation that I've been trying to use everywhere. Every time I open up a wall or a ceiling, I put that Safe and Sound, Rockwool Safe and Sound in there. So I wanted to add something to my baseboards whenever I get in my room. I want to add something to my baseboards just to give them a little bit more prominence in the space. And I'm gonna paint everything the same color, so I'm just looking for like a little small thing that I can add on top of the baseboard, like maybe 1 inch or 2 inches away from the top of my baseboard, and then I'll paint it all the same color. I actually want to go to a actual lumber yard because they have so many more profiles of molding to choose from. And so at some point I'm going to head down. I think I want to try Owl Hardware, I think it's called.
out in Oak Lawn. I want to go there and see what they talking about. Okay. That was kind of a bust. So this is like the Hispanic Home Depot. And so the rules that they have on stuff, like you could go to a white neighborhood Home Depot and they don't have no cut limit on their stuff. Like you could get as many cuts as you want. You just have to pay for the cuts that you want. Here, there was like, we will only cut a board in half to fit it in your car. That's it. No extra cuts. Huh? That's not even Home Depot's policy. Like, y'all just making up rules. That was kind of a bust, but I did walk around and get all the price checks that I needed to get as far as like what's cheaper. Everything on Amazon is cheaper, down to the strainer for the paint. I'm gonna go home. Let's clean. Let's go back home and clean. So I think what I want to do is maybe like separate via like item type, maybe just in this section, like as far as my hands reach. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 light fixtures in just this area. That's crazy. So let's start by removing the lamps and get those to a place that's going to the storage unit. This is all of my dog stuff. I haven't had a dog in maybe 8 years now. Still have dog stuff. So for all of y'all to get on here talking about I have a shopping addiction, I don't, okay? I have a keeping addiction. So there. It's so funny to watch these videos of myself cleaning because in the moment when I'm cleaning, it feels like I'm doing so much. And then when I get into the edit and I watch this stuff back, I be like, girl, you ain't doing nothing. It really looks like I'm just standing there. But I promise you, when I'm cleaning up, it feels like I am doing everything. It feels like I'm touching everything, like I'm doing a lot of stuff. And I get into that edit, honey, it looked like I am just doing nothing. Okay, I'm talking to y'all right there. But I was kind of telling a story of how my friend Hayette Rita, who is influencer and like the owner of Koi jewelry brand, she called me like, hey, can you come and take my closet down for me? She had a Container Store Alpha System closet that the Container Store came and installed for her because she was one of their like, you know, influencer partners or whatever. And then when she went to go move out of the apartment, she wanted to leave it there. She was just like, oh, I'll just leave it and, you know, it'll be fine. But her apartment was like, no, ma'am, you cannot leave that there, even though it would have added value to the apartment. But anyway, she was like, I'll sell you the closet for like super cheap if you come like take it down. I was like, period. I'm there. So I came over there, took everything down. And because I was already there, she was like, you don't know how to take out light fixtures, do you? Because she had these like 2 light fixtures that she had put up, which are those 2 gold ones that you see me putting into the box. And I was like, girl, yeah. And I hopped up there. I turned off that power at the fuse box. I hopped up there and took both of them light fixtures down, honey. And she was like, oh, you could just have those, period. Taking, thank you. So this is where I'm going to leave y'all at for today. I think we're going to have to make this video a part 1 and part 2. So I will play part 2, I guess, next Monday or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you have depression, you are not alone. And y'all be sure to stay tuned because I didn't even realize I had so many lamps, but getting rid of the lamps actually made a difference in how my hallway looks. It's kind of crazy, but y'all stay tuned so that you can see what that looks like. And in order to stay tuned, you have to what? Stay here. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. I wish they sold it in half round, and they don't. When I get in a Home Depot, like I turn into a nigga. I be like, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like I wish they had this shit in half round, you know what I'm saying, bro? They don't have that shit though. It's crazy. You know, I put a little pimp in my walk, like,